If I traded it all,
I have with me now Lori Getzweller. She's the owner of Postpartum Recovery Team. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you here. I know you're so excited about this new business. Please tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you're doing now.
Okay, Carol, thank you again for having me back. I recently have been on your show with the post-surgical recovery team where we recover patients after plastic surgery. And we've had a lot of our patients that come in and they get tummy tucks after their delivery. They talk about their delivery and having a hard delivery myself and then ending up in a C-section. I have found that there was a need in a different type of business for new moms that maybe had a hard delivery, maybe a hard delivery that ended up in a C-section. And we have registered nurses, postpartum nurses, we have couplet nurses, we have patient care techs that are also in labor and delivery and postpartum as well. So we're able to pick up mom and baby if need be from the hospital, drive them home, settle them in. We're able to come in and drop in. Maybe the mom feels that something isn't just right and she wants somebody, an RN or a tech, to come in and observe maybe what would be going on. Maybe she just wants somebody to swaddle her baby while she rests because she had a really tough delivery.
Let me tell you guys out there, it can happen to anybody. It happened to me. I had an emergency C-section 2 months early, and it was, of course, when you're in the hospital, everything's fine, right? Because you're being taken care of 24/7 for what? Maybe 3 days if you're lucky, right?
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And when I came home, here's the situation. My daughter ended up having to be in intensive care in a whole nother hospital way downtown from where I lived. And I had to go there 3 times a day to feed her. And believe me, it wasn't easy. I had a 2-year-old at home, nobody to help.
Right.
And so it was very, very difficult. How do you do that? This is it's the perfect remedy.
It is. And a lot of our patients during their labor process will say, oh my gosh, and even afterwards they'll say, oh, I wish I could take you home with me.
Sure.
And so now they're able to.
Isn't that awesome? Now,
Yes.
Do you help people valley-wide?
Absolutely.
Okay, and now your website, I know you're really excited about it, is postpartumrecoveryteam.com. You can call them direct. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. And let me tell you something, what a great gift for the holidays. I would wished I had something, like this. And what I love about my show the most, and I keep on saying this over and over and over again, this is information for people out there. And you know what? You may have never even realized that something like this exists. So here on Networking Arizona, you hear this. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know that might like something like this or might need it. What a great gift to give to someone. Call them. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. The website is postpartumrecoveryteam.com. So let's talk about what they do. What do the nurses do for them?
Well, we will come into the home. Sometimes the new mom, wants to take a shower. Husband has already gone back to work. She's a little worried about having the baby in the crib by itself. Nobody's listening for him. So we're able to come in, watch the baby, take care of the baby while she showers. Sometimes it's taking them to their postpartum appointment. We have parents that live out of town that their child just went through a C-section. They can't be here for them. And so they'll call us up and say, please, this is my gift to them because I can't be there. So they'll hire one of our staff.
Well, that's great. That's an awesome thing.
Right. And sometimes even we do all overnights as well. So say mom wants to have one full good night's sleep. So we're there with the baby as long as they need us to, and with them as well. So we're basically taking care of both mom and baby sometimes, depending on if it was, C-section. We'll be helping her. Dad's gone back to work.
Here's another thing that sometimes happens. You have postpartum depression.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You don't even realize that has happened until afterwards. because you're starting to feel something's wrong. So they could call you almost anytime.
Anytime.
So the baby up until how old?
Oh
Let's
my
say.
gosh, we've had them. They can stay with us as long as. Sometimes the patients, the new moms, have a problem in discharging us. They want us there all the time.
I bet. I know for me, with my first, it was great because everybody was there around me at the beginning, right? And that's what everybody's out there to see the baby. But then everybody goes.
Right.
And then you're all by yourself and you're thinking, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Or
Right.
I'm gonna do something to the baby. You really get worried. I can imagine how people just love having you there.
Oh my gosh, especially the first time moms. The first time moms are they're
Scared to death.
They're scared to take the new baby home.
Are you kidding me? To pay that was I was so
Yes.
scared.
Yes, it was, and the same thing happened to me. And in my and with my delivery, it was a 22-hour in labor, and then finally they found out that I couldn't deliver them, and so I went in for a C-section, unprepared, absolutely unprepared, and wished I had somebody like one of my team members to take care of me.
Absolutely. I think it's a fantastic idea. I love what you're doing, and it helps people. It really does.
Absolutely.
And I bet you it's so rewarding for you, and you get to play with the little babies.
Oh
too.
yes, we all love it. We all love it. And sometimes it's even maybe the baby isn't nursing well. They get home, the mom's a little nervous, their milk is not
Do you
letting
help
down.
out with that too?
Oh,
Because I had trouble
absolutely.
with that too.
Absolutely. And we get them in touch with the La Leche group here in Arizona. It's free. There's nutrition. We can go through nutritional things that they need to take in, items not to eat, and
Sure.
something that can help them bring their milk in. And of course, if they're stressed, it's going to be a problem. So,
Absolutely. Let me tell you, I'm first one to say it. I never
Yeah.
was able to do it because I just wasn't. It was a very stressful. My first one was an extremely stressful pregnancy. I finally ended up having her C-section. Also, was not planned, and I was devastated. And that's another thing we can talk about that you probably can help people with when they wanted something so badly to do. A lot of people deal with a lot of different issues when they've had a baby. It's supposed to be a wonderful time, and it is, but sometimes you're dealing with things that just make you go a little bit wacko a little bit. You're happy one minute, you're sad another minute,
Right.
scared another minute. There's so many different things.
Yeah.
But it's such a wonderful thing that you offer.
and we're there. Like sometimes they want somebody to be there when they give the baby the first bath.
That's me. I wanted somebody there
Yep.
for sure.
So we do it all. We
That's
do it
really
all.
neat. So now they call you direct. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. You do any consultation with them? What do you do when they call you?
Well, unfortunately, we're called at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing that they plan for. Some people do, like the moms and the dads want to give a gift, like you said,
Right.
because they can't be here. But sometimes it's a last minute deal. It's an unscheduled C-section. So they have to call us and they say, oh my gosh, my wife's getting discharged tomorrow. She is scared to death. She thinks that I can't take care of her, and we want somebody from your team if we can. So all of our staff members are all of our registered nurses, our postpartum techs, they are all basically on call. We work on call at the hospital, so if we have a patient, we don't take call there. So it's basically they generally call us the day before. Sometimes we get the day of.
I know that
and
happened
say,
to me.
Can you be there tonight?
Absolutely. So you're really there for them almost on call.
Absolutely.
I love that. Again, now you can call them direct. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I want to talk a little bit further about what you can do and this new whole business that spun off from something that you also do. The website that you could check them out is postpartumrecoveryteam.com. Let me tell you something, folks out there that are listening. This is the holidays, and babies come all the time. It doesn't matter whether it's a holiday or not. What a fantastic gift to give somebody. Maybe you know somebody out there that just had a C-section that might just like to have some help. Maybe you're a father out there that's listening to this and says, oh my God, my wife just had one. I need to have a little help. Maybe it's just for someone to be able to enjoy the moment and have their baby and enjoy it, or learn how to give them the bath. The number to call them direct at 602-717-7459. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
If I traded it all,
So we're back and we're talking with Lori Getzweller, and she's the owner of Postpartum Recovery Team. You know, that's a great idea that you came up with, because this kind of thing that people out there don't realize how much it's needed. So much can go wrong. You have a baby, you can have I'm surprised more that doesn't go wrong, honestly, when people have babies. But it's really when you bring them home, too, that everything starts. For instance, we were talking at the break a little bit about choking. Okay.
Exactly.
What can you help with them with baby? If someone is dealing with something like that, obviously they know they have to call 911 or whatever. But then afterwards, if it happened once, they're going to be frightened afterwards.
Right. So what we do, sometimes the baby, whether breastfeeding, bottle feeding, they can be hungry, taking it in too fast. It can go down the wrong airway, and they get to choking. And so
It happened to my child, and if it can happen to not child, so it wasn't that it was so bad. I didn't know that she had that projectile. She was having something wrong, and it just came out. It flew out like 3 feet worth of stuff. It was crazy, and it
Right.
scared me and my mother.
right.
So we would be the perfect person to call for afterwards to know what to do, because it scared us.
Right. Well, and we can show them if this happens when nobody's around, they need to call 911.
Right.
But showing them how, if it should occur again, it's liquid, but to show them the proper way to hold the baby to help extract the liquid that's in there.
You were also telling me, too, that it's very important that they know how to use the aspirator, which is something that
The
you use
nasal.
in their nose.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of new moms are afraid to stick it in too far. They're not sure, but a lot of times that needs to be cleaned out. The mucus that is still in there from a vaginal delivery or even a C-section, there can be fluid in there.
Mhm.
And especially if the baby would drink and then start choking or aspirate it, they want to get that extra milk out of there. So they're scared, not sure how far to put the bulb in. So we show them too. If they do start choking, it's a very simple. You just tip them upside down, and I can't really show you.
Right,
or
but
talk, but it's we can show them if it ever occurs.
And you've always told me that it's very important that people out there, it's not the thing that you teach, but that people out there really should. And infant CPR is so important.
Oh,
you
it is
say.
so important. From day one, if you have nothing to do before your child is born, go take a class. Adult and infant CPR is so important.
Right.
And you'll might not ever need it for your family, but you could be at a party sometime. Maybe a child falls in the pool. You're going to be able to assist.
Right. It's always
Yeah.
important for everybody to do something like that.
Right.
Let's still talk a little bit too. There's umbilical cord that they have to take care of.
Absolutely. There's umbilical cord care. We show them how to fold the diaper down where it's not rubbing on the umbilical cord. You're not to pull it. You're not to trim it. It will fall off. And each doctor is different as far as the pediatrician, how they want you to care for that. Some is a 50-50 hydrogen peroxide. Some will say alcohol. So you get with your pediatrician and find out the proper care. But doing it, they might call us and say, "Oh my gosh, I have green gook coming from it."
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So we're able to do drop in. And of course, if it looks like something that might need attention, they need to make an appointment with their pediatrician.
Here's another thing. You happen to mention trimming there for a second, but trimming those babies' little infants' nails, oh, that's the worst.
See, and
That's something you're scared of, too. There's so many little different things.
no, and you know what? You can get a file, and I don't clip. We don't clip, but you can get a file at any of your beauty supply houses and just get a real fine file and just file them, because you will never. It'll go right to your heart when you clip.
I know.
when
oh
you
my
clip
God.
the skin and
you do
they're
it
bleeding.
too close. It's terrible. Anyway, you can call them direct. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. The holidays are right around. We're right here. It's right here. What a great gift. When you're listening to this, it's something that it could be something that someone would be so thankful for to have. I know I would have been very thankful to have it. I'm sure you hear it all the time. You could check them out on their website. It's postpartumrecoveryteam.com. That number again, it's 602-717-7459. You're valley-wide, and basically they're there 24/7 to help you because babies happen. But here's the thing too. It could be something afterwards. You said the babies are there you're from there from literally infancy on till like what? How old?
As
could be
far as when we go in and care,
Mhm.
generally they don't need us after a week or two,
Yeah,
depending. Sometimes they
they
might have
get used to it.
twins. We've had some patients that end up with twins, some that don't know until after the delivery that they were having two. There's
Sure.
some people out there that just
They want to wait. They want to
they
wait to
want to
find.
wait, they want to wait, and then all of a sudden, they're here's two beautiful babies,
Right.
and
Well,
they
let me
need
just
extra
say,
help.
even if you did know that you had twins, I'd love to have someone like you because if you think you're retired with one, two is forget about it, right?
Right. And even we've had patients, whether it's their first or their sixth child, that have called
I,
needing help
you know,
because the sixth one just wasn't the same as the first five.
right. Well, they are all
Right.
very different. We all
Right.
know that. But another thing that I wanted to mention too, it's really for the mommy. It's really for the mommy, not only to be comfortable. Obviously, there's things that can happen. Anybody you having a C-section, believe me, it is so hard to come home and then have to, especially if you have other children and you have to, or if you have stairs and you have to bring one child upstairs and put them to bed and you have the infant down, because they have the
Right.
houses with the now one bedroom's and downstairs, the other one's, it's crazy. It is such a nice thing to be able to have somebody there that knows what they're doing, that can help them, and to also have some peace of mind and
Right.
to have a little rest, to be
Right.
able to enjoy that baby.
Right. Right.
Tell them again what you do for people that, with the breastfeeding, because that's a big one too.
That is as far as if they're having problems with it. Really depends on
The person, whether they
well, it
really,
depend. Yeah, I mean, like it could be where they feel maybe the baby isn't getting enough milk. Maybe her milk hasn't let down yet. It could be maybe nutritional. Maybe we have a lot of patients out there that have certain ways that they ate during their pregnancy, and that might have to change afterwards.
Mhm.
They have maybe the baby's not wanting to latch on. Now, all of a sudden, they get the baby home. The baby's not wanting to latch. The baby's becoming fussy. There's ways instead of going to the bottle and trying to go as far as formula wise. Let somebody from the La Leche group or one of our staff help you with that before you.
You know what? We all think that it's going to be wonderful, right? I mean,
Right.
and we all have these dreams, and many, many times is exactly how it works out. But so many times it's not. And even if there's a lot of people that know. I knew with my first child that it was going to be tough. That I didn't know I was going to have a C-section, but I already knew that it was going to be tough because I was with so many hormonal things that were being pumped into me
Hmm.
that we already knew it. And if you know, why not have somebody that can help?
Yeah.
What about people that do end up with these emergency situations? What about afterwards? If you think that it's just so easy, sometimes you can come home. It happened to my niece where she came home and she had a perfectly normal pregnancy, but something went wrong afterwards, and she
Yeah.
ended up right in the hospital, right back in the hospital. It happens a lot. These are the people to call. They can make it so nice. They can make it so much easier and so much. You have peace of mind with
Right.
what they give you.
Right.
Thanks for doing this for everybody. And you know what? Like I said before, this is information for you guys out there. Maybe it is you, that is mommy out there that's listening. Maybe it's someone that your child's having a baby. Maybe your grandchild is having one that you want to do this. It's a great gift to give. What a wonderful thing. They're valley wide. You can call them direct. Their phone number is 602-717-7459. Check them out on their website. It's postpartumrecoveryteam.com, and they have all the information there as to what they offer, all the things that they can do, and you can check them out and really give the gift to something that could be wonderful for somebody. 602-717-7459.